Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Voicemail. This is your host, Lunar. How are you guys? I hope you're doing well because sweet people deserve sweet things, and surely you are a sweet person. So, for today's episode, I thought it would be really fun to talk about single infernos, like the things I've learned so far, because if you know anything about me, I really do love my dating shows. Although I've been a single my whole life, I did have my fair share of situationships, as you guys know, and my fair share of like talking to guys, but nothing was really official, or I've never been like in a real ass relationship. So I like to learn. I like to learn and see people how they act when they're in love and when they really are interested in someone, and just learn from them. So yeah, let's just talk about it, shall we? Especially with Single Inferno, I'm such a like freaking fan of the show. I've watched all 3 seasons, and each season I'm like, ugh, it's so good. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Okay, so to get in today's episode, I think first and foremost, I need to tell you guys what type of lover I am, or if I would be on that island, who the fuck would I be, right? So there is 2 versions of I. I used to be that crazy lover. Oh my god, it's actually quite embarrassing to say that, but if I am in love with someone, or if I like someone, or if I have an intense kind of crush over someone, I would be the type that would go all in and beyond to have that one person, and also and also try and pretend like I don't want them. If that makes sense. So I wouldn't be like, I like you, let's figure something out, or I would be nice to them and then see if they would like me for me being nice, or I don't no. I would be close to them. I'll try and be friends with them. However, I would be mean also, and try and not portray like that I like them, basically. So basically, if I am on that island and there's a guy, I feel like it would be different, because on an island, and then if you like someone, then you have to be honest about it. Like, let's say if I was on a competition, then obviously I would be like, oh, okay, I'll pick that, but maybe not. Maybe I'll pick another person just because I want to play games, basically. And be like, oh, I don't like that person, I want to see that person, right? But that's the old me. I'm a different woman now. But anyways, that's who I was before. I would be crazy about a person, but I would pretend like I don't like them, but also kind of like do nice stuff, but also kind of mean. I don't know. Like, I would never, they'd be like, oh, you like that person? I'd be like, hell no, ew, I found them disgusting. What, like, really, you thought I would like such a person? Ew, never. But now I decided to be a bit more honest with my feelings and be mature, if you will. And if I like someone, then I would approach them on the right way, and try and be rational, if you will. But after I decided to be a really good, honest and mature person when it comes to love, I didn't like anyone. It was only when I wanted to play games and didn't really want to be honest and just like, have that, I don't know how to describe it, but anyways, only when it was then I used to like every guy ever. But now, when I decided to be a bit more mature and, as I said, I'm like, not my type. No. Him? No. I don't have it in me anymore. I don't like I don't have crushes easily. I don't know what. To be honest, I'm kind of happy that I've reached this stage, because I've always been jealous of people that look at men as just men and not like a potential lover, or I don't know what it is. But me before, every man to me was a potential lover. But we're not gonna get into this. This could be a whole other episode of its own. Let's just get into Single Inferno, man, because this show, I'm obsessed. I look forward to it every year ever since the first season, and I get really stoked whenever there's a new season, and I'm obsessed, basically. To be honest, I wasn't really a reality TV show person, or a dating show. I don't like any dating show other than Single Inferno and Terrace House, was it? The Japanese show. But even the Japanese show doesn't really hit the spot as well as much as Single Inferno. And I also like Change Days. I don't know if you've heard about that, but it's also a Korean dating show, if you will. But anyways, let's just get into the first lesson I've learned, which is it's okay to let go of your pride away for a guy who's worth it, and be a bit more flirtatious. So as I said before, I am mean to those who I really like. Obviously the ones I like, basically like a man, for me. If it's not a man for you, then you're free to do whatever you want. But yeah, so I was mean. I would be like, I don't know, like I'm not really that flirty. I mean, I am, but it's only for those that they're either like my friends or my family, or those guys who are interested in me but I'm not interested back. They would flirt with me and I'm like, you're hot shit. But usually, like, if it was a guy I like and they flirted with me, and I'm like, I see what you mean. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So that was the kind of person I was. But now, after seeing Single Inferno, I've really realized that, saying nice things and also flirting back with a guy that he likes you, obviously, and flirt back, it's really nice. It's really, really nice. And also it get you like these butterflies feelings. But before, I was really scared that people or the guy I like would be like, oh, she likes me, I don't want her. Because I didn't really grow up in a society where love was celebrated and really encouraged, but it was kind of on the contrary. It was like kind of overrated, or like, I lived in a really rational society where love is just love, or like love is just, it's just fictional, right? But I'm not a fictional person. I believe in love and I want to find love. But anyways, that's not the concept today. So if a guy obviously flirted with you, then that means that they were interested, and it's okay to flirt back and smile, and do not be like full of pride. I'm like, no. So I think that's really key lesson that I've learned, because I think this is how people are get into relationship. You guys, if you're single like me, or if you've never been in a relationship just like me, then this means that we just push them away, and we show like we're not interested and we're happy to be alone. I mean, we could be happy to be alone, but every time I watch Pride and Prejudice, I'm like, ugh. But to be honest, not everyone is Mr. Darcy, so whatever. The second lesson I've learned kind of ties in with the first lesson, but also kind of contradicts it, which is to be your just fucking self in the presence of your crush. It ties in with that because I was just saying about how you do not try and be anyone else, and do not just be mysterious because that's what you think is hot, or do not approach someone just thinking because that's what the normal people do. But also it kind of contradicts it, because as I was saying, I am a bully when it comes to the people I love. I just like to bully them. I don't want to show them interest because I feel like this is one of my weaknesses, and I feel like I'm scared they would manipulate it or they wouldn't love me back, and I have a fear of rejection, yada yada yada. But if I was going to be myself, then I was just going to be that shy girl who would not approach their loved one. But that's just being wrong. This is wrong, right? But what I mean by be yourself is, I'm not talking about just go and say your silly little jokes that you say to your sister or your freaking brother or whatever, or just like fart in front of them the first time you see them. No. But what I mean is, know what you excel in best. Let's say, I don't know, like, I'm really shy, but I dress really nicely, right? So when I'm in the presence of my crush, then I'm going to dress nicely. I'm going to be full on excellent, right? Like, I'm not just like dress nicely, but no. Like, show them what I am capable of. Show them the true fashion that I am pulling off, right? Don't just like wear anything that I would wear, like, you know, just like a regular sweats and whatever. No, just like dress, show them my creative side that I am proud of. Be yourself in a way. Let's say you're funny, right? Then show them that. If you are excellent in freaking eye contact, if you make people happy with your positive energy, if you're, I don't know, if you're like just like a little flirty, show them that. Show them who you are, your freaking great sides that people love about you. And then they will choose either to love it or not, obviously. But that's one lesson I've learned, because I feel like in the season 3, there's this Gyuri girl. She tried to be the Gia of season 1, or at least that's how I felt. Like, she tried to be mysterious and quiet and whatnot, just because like Gia was really mysterious and hot. But why did it work for Gia and not Gyuri? Especially Gyuri. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the names. But why did it work for her and not for? Why did it work for Gia and not for her? It's because it's not Gyuri. Gyuri is not that. Gia is. That's the Gia charm. It works for her. That's what she used to do for so long, and it's just part of her charm and personality, and she knows that and she utilized that. But for Gyuri, she's just like, she thought that's what people liked, and that's what she's gonna practice. But it didn't obviously work in the first episode, and nobody chose her, or did it? I can't recall, but like a lot of guys just like didn't really show a lot of interest for her in the first episode. But you know, as soon as she started to open up and be a bit more, you know, funny and like, you know, showing her little goofy sides, then that's when people try to approach her. Because, you know, like, people want to see you for who you are. So I really am trying to implement it more. As in, if I am in the presence of someone I like, or a guy I like, or I know have a crush on that guy in my class, then I know I'm gonna, like, you know, put a little extra effort to, you know, show them the things that people like about me, and, you know, be normal. Don't be like, you know, shy. But maybe I am shy, so maybe I will be a bit shy, you know. So you can never know. It's up to you and no one else but you, and that's a big part of your charm. And also, the third lesson that I learned was being mysterious doesn't mean being boring. So for this I have a lot to say. Okay, so do you know how the mysterious girl kind of era arose a couple of years ago, maybe like with the Lily Rose Depp era? So a lot of girls be like, oh, you need to be mysterious, you need to, like, you know, Being mysterious really is attractive, also with Gia as well. And I thought that's why what Gyuri tried to do is like act up mysterious straight away. But you need to know that being mysterious isn't just you being quiet and boring and not participating. Like, let's say there is, like, I don't know, let's say you're in class and they're playing a board game or whatever, or I don't know, like in a friend's party, and you just like there not even paying attention or showing any kind of interest in the game. Or so if there is a game, then if you actually do have something to say, or like a little thing that you wanted, like, I don't know, you'd be like, oh, maybe do it that way, or maybe do it that way. Sorry, my dad just called me. And I had to run down to him and like see what he wants. And now I'm out of breath. And I also just had a piece of chocolate, so I'm salivating. But anyways, if you have anything to say, then just say it. But like, you don't need to act up mysterious anyways. Like, you don't have to act up mysterious all the time, because that's just like boring and people wouldn't really be interested in you. But I feel like to truly be mysterious is to be yourself without giving too much details about yourself. So let's say, again, let's give that example of you're in a party and they're playing a game. Then like, if you're really good at the game that they're playing, then play that game. Okay, no one knows you. No one knows your name. Let's say you're, I don't know, you have ginger hair. Like, oh my god, that ginger hair like is so great. It's so great at that game. And like, who knows her? Please, like, let me know. You know, you need to show a bit of like a little kind of, I don't know, like an appetizer, you know, like, this is who I am. And if you're interested to know more, then, you know, just approach me or like talk to me or whatever. So you don't need to be mysterious. Be mysterious doesn't mean like you need to be boring all the time and be like, oh, I'm not gonna play because everyone's gonna like be like, who's that, I don't know, ginger hair girl who's like not playing or participating in that game. I'm gonna get to know her. No, people are usually attracted to fun things, not just fun things, but things that are interesting but you don't know much about. And that's how you get them to be intrigued about you, right? However, if there's a lot of people who are playing that game and you are genuinely don't know what they're doing, and you don't know the game, and you don't feel like taking a part of the action, then yeah, I'm not saying that forcefully go and be good at it, but you could do whatever you want to do, but just do not pretend to be something that you're not, because pretending is never really attractive. I mean, I know Queen Riri did say fake it till you make it, but I think that's mostly for success and things that you cannot control, right? So let's say, again, I'm jobless, but you know, I'm trying to like try and live well. I'm not pretending like I'm a rich person, but you know, I'm still trying to manifest good things upon my life. I still like try and grind and whatnot. It's not working. I'm still not a successful person, but I am trying to be, and that's how I'm faking it, pretending that I'm doing great. But like, when it comes to intimate situations and intimate things and little details about personalities and relationships, then I feel like being genuine is truly the key to be as charming as possible. So from now on, my goal is to, again, not really, I used to always try and be mysterious and be like, oh, I am mysterious. Do not come and talk to me. I'm like, I have shit on my mind that you should not know about it because it's my shit and I'm mysterious like that. But not anymore. I'm just trying to, like, show what I have a bit more, but like only teasers, not the full on package. It's like, I am charming like that, or I am, I don't know, like I don't know, but you get the gist. So the first lesson is a girl's till the fucking end. Okay, us as girls, us as women, us as females, we know when a girl's not being a girl's girl, right? Like, for example, Minji was so obviously not girl's girl. Like how she said, oh, do not wear that green shirt because that girl is wearing it, or like, what did she say? I think it was like in the 10th episode where she was like, I think it's gonna pick me. Like, I don't know, I just have a strong feeling it's gonna pick me. Sorry, no. Like, I feel like I don't just want to say, oh, men like this, but people in general, they like not authentic people, but people are true to what they are. So, for example, if I am a black person, for example, okay, of course I'm gonna be standing up with my black. So, for example, right, if I was, I don't know, from a poor family, right, I wouldn't want to be ashamed of my poor family or like trying to get away from it, or I want to no one to know about my family. But in the contrary, I want to be like, okay, I know I'm poor. I know my family is this and this and that, but I'm actually genuinely, I love my family, okay? And they're trying their best and I'm proud of them and this is who I am. And like, I don't want to bitch about it just because it's not sociably the best family in the world, right? Or just because we don't have status or whatever. But it's the same thing with the girls. A girl is girl. Or so if I am a female and there's a fellow female, so we're in the same gender thing, and like, of course I'm gonna stand up for my girl. Of course. Like, me and her, we have been kind of through the same shit throughout our lives, and we've faced the same, like, stereotypes, whatever. So of course I'm gonna protect that girl. Of course she's my girl, right? Even if I don't know her, even if we're in a competition or whatever, because at the end of the day, when you stand up for who you are, whether it was your family, your gender, your, I don't know, your looks, your ethnicity, your backgrounds, your, I don't know, you basically, what makes you, it will make you 100% times like more attractive, because you show confidence, you show that you know what you want, you are this and you're not ashamed of it. In the contrary, you love it and you're proud of it and you don't care, right? Unless, of course, if I don't know, your grandpa's Hitler or something, or Stanley, or I don't know. But even those, you don't need to be like ashamed of it, because they don't define you. But at the same time, I don't know, I'm gonna stop it there. For my 5th lesson is, do not apologize when you didn't do anything wrong, but talk about it. So this is the last lesson I've learned, which is honestly kind of really important, because I am also a crazy lover. when Hejong put Guan Hee in his place, and she was like, listen boy, we are a bunch of attractive women and a lot of guys are running after us, then like you cannot offend us like that. And then she went on to apologize for him. I kind of understood her perspective, mainly because I am also a crazy lover. When I like someone, I kind of like, let my guards down a bit and, like try my best to have them, but in a way where like, I'm kind of also protective of my pride and not, I don't know, but I'm also really like understanding of where she comes from, in a way of like how she shouted at him. I was like, oh yes girl, that hit the spot. But at the same time, when she freaking apologized, I was like, girl, no, do not do that. Because if you see where Haesun, which is basically the girl Guan Hee picked, when she shouted at him, she kind of was like, she didn't shout at him, but kind of like put him in his place. And then I know that she said like kind of jokingly sorry, but she didn't say it the same way as Hejong. Hejong went straight away and been like, talked to him privately after a couple of days, and she was like, I'm really sorry that I said that and I didn't mean to, and I think it's just because it was coming out of love and whatnot. And to be honest, he didn't even take it well. He was like, you don't have to apologize, because she didn't have to apologize. She was right. Every word she said when she puts him in his place was right, which really reassured me that even though if I liked someone but they did me wrong, or if they not even did me wrong but they just kind of offended me in somehow, or like, I don't know, and then I told them off, then I shouldn't take a step back. By me telling them off and being like, listen, this didn't feel right, you offended me in that way, and this and that, then I took a step forward and had been confident by doing so, and also putting them in place and show them where the line is, and they shouldn't really cross it, especially if it's a new developed crush or a new like person that you're talking to. But if you're gonna like quickly be like, oh sorry, like I didn't really mean to, like I was quite mean, and it was just out of love, then you quickly do erase all that, but also give them the image that they could do whatever wrong it is. And then even if you told them off, then that's okay, because remember, first impression is one of the best impressions ever. And first impression isn't just about you as a person when you first meet a person, but it's also about on all aspects. So you get a first impression on how you love, you get a first impression on how you tell someone off, you get a first impression of how you say sorry, you give a first impression of how you make eye contact, you have a first impression of how you eat, of how you talk, how you laugh, how you yawn. I don't know, you have a lot of people, like us as people, we like to observe and see how other people react and how people respond to certain things, and then we have a first impression on all of that. So it's not just like how you look like and how are you as a person when I first meet you, if you're shy or you have short hair, or if you, I don't know what it is, but it's also like other things. So it's how you draw the line as well. So if you told me, if I offended you and somehow, and then you came along and were like, okay, listen, I didn't really like the thing that you did and I thought it was wrong, let's just talk about it, like why did you do it? Then I would be like, okay, she's really mature and she knows what she wants and she's just amazing. But if you do that and then you come off 2 days later, or maybe even a day later, or maybe just like you told me off in the morning and then at night you were like sorry, then I'd be like, okay, she's easily manipulated. Then I could just like, she doesn't know what she wants, she likes me too much, and I could just like do whatever I want basically, because she would just like forgive me like this first time. So people, we as people, especially as girls, we just need to always be authentic in everything we do, and never apologize when we obviously didn't do anything wrong. Obviously, like, they offended us, then let alone us going there and apologizing, and that doesn't even end up well, because they're either gonna end up manipulating you in that way, or figuring out that you're kind of like a baby, not a baby, but like still not mature enough or for you to stand up for what you believe in. Unless, of course, if you're actually wrong. Let's say someone didn't offend you at all, but then you kind of just like came at them and shouted at them and been like, you, this and that. Then of course, and obviously, you need to be like, oh, sorry, I was just like really stressed at a certain thing. And then that will give them the right impression about you, being like, okay, when she's wrong, then she does go and apologize for it. And then at the end of the day, when you do your best, then and do your best, being authentic to yourself and just being confident, just like our queen Haeson or our queen Jia, then they're both really different, but they both got what they wanted, and they both deserved the best. Why? Because they were just like very genuine about themselves, confident. They knew what they wanted, and also haven't been they've been unapologetical about their opinions and their behavior, because they didn't do anything wrong, basically. So by that, I think I am ready to fall in love. Not really. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, you guys gonna know, because you're here for the ride anyways. But yeah. With this being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I would love to know, what did you guys learn from this season. I've been thinking about doing an Insta account for this podcast. I mean, I did have one, but I need to update it and be a bit more active. We'll see, but I'll let you know, obviously. And with this being said, I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed today's little episode, and I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.